Should you join a coding bootcamp? The answer is yes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Januel, and I am a full stack web developer. So while doing some technical research on YouTube like every other web developer out there, I came across some videos and ads where joining a coding bootcamp wasn't a suggestion. If anything, most of those ads were like, don't waste your time joining a coding bootcamp, don't waste your money. Well, let me tell you, that's not always the case. Obviously, there's some cons and pros, which I'm gonna talk about in this video. And I would like to start with the cons. And the most obvious one is money. Joining a coding bootcamp, it costs money. And it averaged from $7,000 to $13,000, depending the bootcamp. Now, I know a lot of you out there are like, well, I can just learn coding on YouTube by watching tutorials and doing this and doing that. Yeah, I'm not telling you it's not possible, but believe me, it's gonna be harder because you're not gonna have a structure. You're just gonna go out there and watch tutorial for HTML, tutorial for CSS, tutorial for JavaScript, and sometimes you're not even gonna know if you're going in the right direction. So there's actually what I like about bootcamps is they have a good structure on how to start and how to continue. They give you good advices. So you're thinking, well, it's not worth because I'm gonna have that debt and I'm gonna have to pay those $13,000. Yeah, but the amount of money you're gonna make while having a job as a web developer, you're gonna be able to pay that in just a few months. So at the end, those $13,000 are not gonna be that expensive for the amount of knowledge you're gonna gain and the opportunities that you're gonna get. So keep that in mind. Another thing that I would like to point out is to consider is the time. When you join a bootcamp, you're gonna have to be more committed. Why? Because you're gonna have to be going to class, depending if you're remote. My coding bootcamp was remote, so it was more, I had a little bit of more freedom, but it's still, that wasn't an excuse for me to say, oh, I have to work, so I'm gonna have to skip class today. No, that's not possible. You also need to have some time available to do homework, to do some research on your own, to study, and we're talking about like 2 to 3 hours a day. Another important factor that I would like to point out is, and this is imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome is when you feel like you're not good enough, like you're falling behind, or you're just not as smart as other people. But it's okay to feel that. We all feel it, even when you're by yourself learning. But I feel like it is more common on bootcamps because you get to sometimes put yourself on a competition with other classmates, which is something that you should avoid, because we all feel pressure. Being part of a bootcamp is pretty much you're gonna have to learn like all these technologies in such a small amount of time. And yeah, I've seen videos where they're like, oh, I can all you need is 3 months to learn to become a full stack web developer. It's doable, but you have to be like committed, and that means you have no responsibilities, you don't have work, you have nothing to do except just be there. I would like to talk about the pros now. And one of the things that I think will benefit you from learning through a coding bootcamp instead of tutorials is it's building connections. the amount of people you meet. And it's more common to be successful through the coding bootcamp because you have people pushing you. They're helping you. You're able to build teams, and even after you graduate from the bootcamp, you're able to help each other out. I was lucky enough to find really good friends through the bootcamp, and especially thanks to one of them, I was able to obtain my first coding job. And I wouldn't have that opportunity if it wasn't because I joined the bootcamp. Now, I'm not saying that joining or getting my first job was the important part. No, it's the friend that I was able to make on the bootcamp. Another helpful thing from the bootcamp is that you get to ask questions to a teacher. When you're watching videos on YouTube, that's all you get. Having a teacher there for you, or someone you can ask questions about everything that's on your mind, it's gonna even help you with imposter syndrome. And having them there to guide you and provide you with their own experience in real time, it's a whole different experience. Another important factor is you're gonna have a structure to follow. You're not gonna be just blind learning something out of what you think it's the right structure. Now, when should you join a bootcamp? I think you should join a bootcamp after you tried coding first. There's some really good apps, and that's what I did before I joined the bootcamp. I was able to download some apps on my phone where I was able to try some testings and get rewarded. It was kind of like some games where you get questions asked about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And if you feel like you like them, go ahead and try the bootcamp. That way you don't have to waste your money. Build a simple website. You can build a website with HTML and CSS, just a static website, just to get you to see if you really like code. Now, have in mind that when you learn code, and you don't only learn how to make websites. Code is used for a lot of things nowadays. Even I think electric cars now work through like code. Mobile apps, games. If you like games, at a certain point of your life, you were like, oh, I would like to build games. I mean, this is it. This career is gonna give you the opportunity to learn how to build a game. So even if you learn through a bootcamp or just YouTube tutorials, the important part is that you're gonna have a lot of open doors in the future. So whatever you decide to do, don't stop and learn, because it's the future. Don't listen to the people that are like, web development is dying, coding is dying. That's completely incorrect. Everything in the future, it's gonna be about code. So hope you like this video. Hope you find it helpful, and hopefully I was able to motivate you in a way. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe. I'm gonna be uploading more videos. Especially this channel it's mostly gonna be about my experiences as a software engineer. I am gonna start another channel soon with a really good friend of mine, and that's gonna be about teaching code. So subscribe. I will update you guys when the channel is ready, so you guys can join. And if you want to message me through Instagram, through Twitter, feel free. I'll answer as much questions as I can answer, and I'll be there for you guys. Keep on going. Thank you.